and welcome and hello to another edition of the Ohm Service Live. It's Goth night.
It is.
You quickly changed yours to black and white, you cheeky devil.
I don't know how to do it.
Hello and welcome to another edition. Tonight we're going to do a Goth because we're all three of us. Through generally talking behind the scenes and that, we've all found out that basically we've got a similar past into Goth music. So that's what going to be our main topic tonight. So how are we all, guys?
Marvellous, sir.
Yeah, the super. Apart from sitting here sweating buckets. Yeah, that's right. Slash only a fatter version.
Oh, there's no need. No need at all.
You've got to remember, guys, when I wore this kind of stuff, you're going back, age am I now? 30 plus years ago. So I was a little bit thinner, didn't have any grey, and this was natural. So you need to cut me a little bit of slack, you buggers. Hey, can I take it off now? I'm melting.
Go on then, you can take it off, please. I don't want you to melt. I think you should leave the shades on, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
I can't even see the keyboard. Oh, that's better. Ooh. Look, Dave Vanian now, look.
Look at that, eh?
Take the Vikings back off as well. Eh?
Actually, twice as handsome. You look like you should be bursting into a chorus of Grimly Fiendish.
Eloise.
Oh, bless you.
So, Stevie, baby, are you going to say hello to chat?
Indeed, I shall, young man.
Oh, you're a darling while I sort this out.
Mr. Richards, good evening. Blazing Vape, Stevie, how you doing? Bronco, Bruce Young, Craig Campbell, thanks for joining us, mate. Dion, Jay Jerry, the ever wonderful and spicy Jules Mum Babes. Kentucky Bill, how you doing, dude?
Fist bump.
Mark H. Now, Mark bailed from work early for this blessing. Oh, thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Graham, how you doing? Net Reality.
Yeah.
Orions, Alan,
Fist bump.
Alan. Paul Anderson, good evening. Sheboygan, how you doing, dude? Skint Vapor, thanks for joining us, mate. Appreciate it. Some geezer called SoulOhm. He keeps on cropping up. I don't know who he is. Stuart Ayrton, good evening. Late Night Vape Show. Mick, how you doing?
Bronco, I am definitely going grey, mate. Seriously. Very
Leviathan,
white.
good evening. And finally, but by no means least, Timmy.
Right, stop it, enough.
So, what you guys been up to this week? Oh, interesting.
Not a lot, just thoroughly enjoying researching some of the bands for this. Taking me so far back.
I know someone's been doing garden furniture.
Oh, hell yes.
Who? Oh, I mean.
Little on you.
Oh no, that's never again. Every nut and bolt I tried to put in it bloody stripped. I was trying to build garden furniture out, and obviously out in the garden, and trying not to swear. Fucking horrible.
You think the commandant to give you a day off?
Oh God, no.
For yours, the gardening is not over.
I'm surprised she's not got one of those big drums we used to see on the Roman galleys when Caesar went to go water skiing.
Because I've got visions of Jules with a drum now.
Boom, 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 boom.
Weed faster, you bugger.
Oh, bless. So how is moving anyway? Are we stripped all the wallpaper now?
No. Hall's done. Try to think what else. We keep getting distracted because stuff that we've ordered from weeks ago is now turning up. So you get that in. So rather than having boxes lying all over the place, you take it out of the box, get it assembled, put it where you want it to go, and then you get back to where you were half an hour ago, 3/4 of it. That's just been an absolute bloody nightmare, to be honest with you. The guys that put the bathroom in broke one of our units. So we've been trying to get the right unit for 2 weeks now. Guy turned up today, said, "I've got your unit, put it in." It's the wrong bloody one again. So yeah, it's fun and games, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Rome wasn't built in a day. Oh yeah, we're back to the again.
Well, to be fair, your good lady wife did say, "I don't need a drum, I'll use a whip." You're on a promise, son.
Yeah.
She's got a cat of 9 tails somewhere kicking about. She's the only woman I know that used to keep a set of nunchakas in her knicker drawer.
Didn't have an on-off button, did it?
Joined together with a bit of chain.
Oh, for God's sake.
You lie in the bed, stop doing. Nearly lost my hat.
So, Steve, what have you been up to?
Work, and more work. Chris Doyle, good evening. Elizabeth. Yeah, so work mainly. Busy week for me. Bit of family time over the weekend, which was nice. So, yeah, and as I say, mainly researching a lot of the music that I haven't listened to in a while, and it's been great.
It's been fun, hasn't it? I mean, obviously we were just chatting before we come on air, guys, and Steve and I were kind of reminiscing about bands that we haven't listened to in a long, long time, and it's been great. Just it really is just like turning that clock back, and the memories come flooding back.
Oh God, yeah, you're not kidding.
The memories come flooding black. Yeah, that
they do on Goth night. Yeah, the black.
Baby bunny, Buggles,
bunny, darling. Bless. Now, if you haven't caught it and you didn't catch our visit to the bitches, head over to the website SoulOhmReviews.com. There's a blog post, and you will find that particular extravaganza of double entendres is embedded into the page, so you can
see if I can find it. I'll let you carry on talking while I try and find it.
Yeah, don't get freaked out by when Steve changes to a young boy to a woman. That was freaky.
No, it wasn't.
It was. Do the goth.
No, it wasn't.
I know that one. Do the goth.
To the Goth?
To the Goth.
Oh, God, for God's sakes. What are you like? Apparently, this isn't a good look for me.
It's Julie and Clary.
Oh, I say.
There you go. That's where the bitches are in chat. There you go.
You get a good job at the weekend haunting houses, Steve.
Yeah.
I'd make a good job at the weekend scaring kids. That one's not got the...
What's that? What's it saying in the middle?
Love, hate.
Love, hate.
Ah, I can't see
that one's actually quite subtle.
Yeah, I agree with you, Craig, there. More Eddie Izzard.
Oh, thank you. Nothing wrong with a bit of Eddie. But yeah, I mean, I tried all sorts, to be honest, because the eyeliner just made me look like Cleopatra, to be honest.
Really?
There we are. Oh, that's a little more.
Tell you something, Cleopatra looked like that. Mark Antony would have run a mile.
Mark Antony would have been rugby tackled and shagged.
He would have pissed in a milk bath.
No, that one's not too bad. There's not... The wings aren't so bad.
What?
That's closer to what I used to look like with the eyeliner on.
What? You've not done anything?
Yeah, I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
I can't see nothing.
No, I can't.
Oh, there. They've got a little kick.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
okay.
it's subtle.
Put the sunglasses on.
Have I got sunglasses? Let's have a look.
I'm taking these off. I can't. Oh, Jesus. I'm
The
taking these off.
goggles.
I can't see a thing. Ooh. Damn.
Will you what?
Do you know something? I can't believe I used to go out wearing all this kind of stuff in the summertime in Scotland when we used to get a summertime. 20 odd degrees heat and go and end up at a gig
Yeah.
melting.
Long trench coat, and my hair used to be spiked up here.
Oh, hell. The fake leather trench coat was a must. That was my ultimate bit of goth apparel.
I thought that was going to be 5 euro signsy papers.
Bill, the reason why we wear sunglasses over here in the UK is because we're wishful thinking.
Especially polarized ones because it keeps the glare off the puddles.
Like it. I like that one. Fist bump to Hook 22.
Oh, Bunny says fake leather. Mine was genuine and I still have it.
Mm.
I used to have it was a German, this is going back to what, 86, 87. It was a German submarine captain's.
Oh, God, they're really heavy, they are.
Oh, it was awesome.
Mm.
It unfortunately got ruined during a alfresco.
See, I was quite happy with my black
liaison.
biker's jacket. I wasn't bothered about trench coats. It was my black leather jacket.
No, the biker jacket came in when I moved up to Middlesbrough.
Mm.
The biker's jacket was for summertime, and I had it was like a dark grey kind of a checked overcoat that used to be in the winter.
Mm.
Well, on other people it was like a 3/4 coat. Because I'm a short ass, it was down to my ankles.
See, now I blame Highlander because I had the ultimate fashion faux pas, which was the trench coat. You know, like the one that Lambert wore, but it had much wider lapels, so it just didn't pull off properly.
But that was the 70s version when the high wind you took off.
Oh, yes. Leathers in a sawn off. Oh, yes, Bill. My sawn off is somewhere because it's got my favourite biker jacket. I ended up doing painting Rincewind and the luggage on the back with a background of death. So it looked like Rincewind and the luggage were falling out of death size. It was my favourite picture I did. Really was. I loved that jacket.
My cut-off biker jacket had the skies going out on the back of it, Bauhaus, the skies going out.
I did do one which was Ghost of Cain, you know, the handprint with the lightning striking the fingertips.
All right.
I did one of those for a mate, and oh man, that looked awesome. We used red car paint to get the background and the speckle effect, and then picked everything out with a really, really 000 brush it was. Sort of did round his hand, and then picked all the lightning out in blues and whites. It looked brilliant.
You think about it though, the things that he did back in the day for that kind of stuff. Now it'd be worth an absolute bloody fortune these days.
Well, let's face it was never off a shelf.
No.
Oh God, no! You did it yourself.
Yeah, you did it yourself.
But for the fact that you couldn't, there wasn't very many shops that catered for that kind of genre, that kind of style of fashion, or even that kind of style of music. You basically had to nick it off your nan or try and make it yourself. I mean, we had Flip of Hollywood up in Glasgow, it was an American like kind of second-hand clothes shop, and we were in there every day. I mean, I think for nearly 3 years, the 4 years I was at college, I wore a black battle dress jacket to college every day.
Oh, nice. Nice.
It fell apart with my gas mask bag. That's what my college work was on.
See, now, the one I always wanted, you know, the is it Bandolero jacket? You know, the artillery ones with all the what do you call it? braiding around the buttons. I always wanted one of those in black. And then, blow me, My Chemical Romance came out and did the Black Parade, and it was like, I want one.
Yeah.
The thing is now you can buy them. This is the thing, though. You can actually buy them now.
Oh yeah, you can buy everything now.
It's not the bloody same. I mean, shit. Another one of my sidelines at uni was painting up cowboy boots because it was the time of hair metal. Yeah, and female friends, they wanted something a bit different, so I used to do like barbed wire and roses going up the outside of the boots. Yeah,
the only time that when I was so like in my early teens, the only place that you could get anything remotely, even down to t-shirts and things like that, if you wanted like a sister's t-shirt or something like that, I'd have to go to Nottingham, and there used to be down Goose Lane, just right down at the bottom on the right hand side, there used to be this one solitary goth shop, and that were it.
Oh man, I know.
What was the name of it, Jules? I'm sure she said something called Glad Rags or something like that. It's cool. She'll probably stick it in chat. I thought I heard it. She's saying a shop called Glad Rags in Nottingham.
Timmy's just put, can't go back goth now. I only just got rid of all my chains for my jeans, and I still need to break in my Doc Martens, but I'm scared of the pain again.
See, I never used to wear Doc Martens. I used to wear my army boots.
Ditto.
About, what were the 14 Olas?
Yep.
In fact, I've still got a pair in cupboard now.
I used to have a pair of 18 old Docs. Skin tight black jeans.
It was biker boots I used to wear. And then I bought a pair of black winkle picker boots with skull and crossbone buckles right up the side.
Oh, nice. God. I mean, the cowboy boots were definitely my summer wear.
Oh, that's your Nephilim look, is it?
Well, they were black suede. So if you wore them in the winter, forget it. Yeah, wet feet and knackered. So I had me Doc Martens for the winter and me cowboy boots for the summer. But I do miss those Cuban heels.
I used to like cowboy boots, but I've only got little feet, so I could never find any ones that fit me properly.
I had the opposite.
Cowboy booties.
I had the short, but actually when I got married to Jan, I had cowboy boots, but there was the half length ones.
Yeah.
And I used to get them.
No, mine were the full calf, with the handles at the top to help you pull them on, and getting those buggers off at the end of the night. I mean, trying to find cowboy boots to fit size 11 feet was bad enough. And then you're tottering around on these poxy little Cuban heels.
Yeah, but there was a knack though at the end of the evening, because at a certain point, obviously, as saying that you struggled to get kind of clothing in the goth scene. Ended up I started to wear cowboy boots myself, but at the end of the evening I'd get home, and don't know how the hell I managed to do this, but I could actually step back out of my bed the following day, my feet straight back into my boots, and just pull the trousers straight back up.
How the hell did you do?
I don't know how the hell I done it, and I used to do it whether I was drunk or sober. I would just, the trouser would come down, the black jeans would come down, and then the boots would just be sitting there, and the jeans would be all nice and just concertinaed up, and just all day straight in, back up again. There we go.
Jesus, my jeans were so damn tight back in the day. I mean, shit. You had to apply talcum powder before you tried to pull them off. I mean, in my hair metal days, which followed on from the goth, I had a pair of snakeskin jeans. And you could tell what religion I was in those. And they were an effort to get into. Yeah.
Broncos just put easy in Canada. Cowboy boots are issued by at birth.
Oh man, the bike boots that came in afterwards. The square toe.
Oh yeah.
You'll get the full length. They were brilliant.
The engineer style boots.
They were fab.
See, I had my army boots, but I always wanted them boots, with the proper shin pads at the front.
Yeah.
And they normally saw like you had a hole through your heel, well, that's where your chain went round. I always wanted a pair of them, but never did that. Always wanted them.
The Lord of Lewdness, the God of the Gutter, the Saint of Sin is in, because he mentioned New Rocks earlier. I never got on with them. I mean, at 6'2", you stick me in a pair of New Rocks and I'm going to get nosebleeds, yeah.
When he says, try wearing leather jeans straight in the height of summer, done that.
No, I haven't done that. I was always a jeans man.
Bunny, I'll happily try and get into your leather jeans.
That was the days with the leather jeans. By the end of the night, you actually got home and took your footwear off and just poured the bloody sweat out.
Oh, don't. See, I got round that because I had a set of leather jeans, but they had the thong on the side. So if you were getting a bit warm, all you did was loosen your thong off and you got a nice breeze through. The only problem was you couldn't wear anything underneath them, so scary. So if you've ever seen me in leather jeans and cowboy boots tottering around, yes, I was commando.
Is that where when you put potato in?
Yeah, but I had put it in the wrong end.
UK Andy! Fist bump.
So you ended up with some mashed spuds.
I think they'd be part boiled.
No, they weren't buttless, sinner. Now, did either of you do the Slash t-shirt? It was more hair metal than Goth.
What, cutting just the sleeves off? Yeah.
The one that was cut, the one that's down to here.
Slashed down to your ribs.
Nah, I used to cut the sleeves off. And I've never had that kind of sexy body, you see.
No, I mean, either. I'd more spare tyres and quick fit.
Tell bro, no need, dude. They were not chaps.
I think people's fantasies are coming out, kiddo.
Yeah, this is worrying.
They wanted to see you in chaps.
Have you seen the size of toe, bro?
Back mountain.
Broke back. I'd have bumps in the top of my head. Oh, God, what's Bronco said? I'm worried now.
Vaping bunny in leather brings naughty thoughts. It certainly does.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
I must admit, I never did the slash down the side t-shirt because it's not, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I was never a thin kid.
Neither was I, dude.
I was always a bit on the chunky side, and do you know what I mean? It's.
Oh no, I used to be quite skinny at one point, and then I met my wife, and then I went comfort eating.
That's what you get for being happy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, happy. You just put pile weight on. Yes, I was a fairly skinny kid at one point, but no, I didn't go all the way down there.
And I did have the ghillie shirt as well. I had a white ghillie shirt.
I thought you said I had a girly shirt then.
No, there's a... Ooh, you're going to have half of Scotland.
Hold on. I'll put the big light on, right?
That's a ghillie shirt.
Ghillie shirt.
I know what one is.
Except mine had the black leather.
I've got one in drawer at the moment, and all the way down the sides here, it's got shoelaces all the way down that's crossed.
Nice.
Yeah. Still got me goth stuff.
Oh, this is actually for my kilt, so.
I didn't end up buying the grown-up goth trench coat I found, unfortunately. It was rather nice too. Oh, I ran out of funds, unfortunately. Ghillie shirt to go with the girly skirt. No! I never wore skirts.
No, I never wore skirts. Got to admit. Even though it was quite fashionable. At the time, for blokes to wear them, there were kilts.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, and the last time somebody called it a skirt, I killed them. There you go.
Frilled. Oh, I have ghillie shirts and frilled lace shirts, amongst others. See, I was never brave enough to go for the lace.
No, I won't. No.
No, it was the brave thing about it. Well, I had bondage trousers. I had them. There were 2 pairs of those, and I had a double-breasted shirt, things like that. But no, not the frilly stuff was too. It was too Dave Vanyan for me. Because he used to always wear. There was always a frilly shirt. So obviously he was like Bela Lugosi's son, wasn't he? At one point.
Yeah, at one point. Yeah. Eloise.
No, I mean, come on, the Damned, though, he could pull it off.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course he could.
Yeah,
But
Eloise,
that was
fantastic.
That was where it was because let's face it was the 3 crossovers, wasn't it? You had punk, you had new wave, and then you had your goths, and it was a combination of them 3 anyway.
Yeah. Do you know who his wife is?
Go on.
Patricia Morrison from Sisters. Used to be the gun club bass player.
Yeah.
Really?
That's Dave Vanyan's wife.
Lucky bugger.
I know, because she
I
was.
had hots for her.
Oh God, yeah. Oh.
Well, another piece of useless information. Do you know how much she get paid for that album she did with the Sisters?
Go on.
500 quid.
Now that fits in with what I've read about Eldritch.
Eldritch was a miserable bastard.
But which brings us nicely, very nicely, onto one of your goth loves that still exists today, Mr. Hussey and Friends.
Yes.
Come on then.
Come on, tell us, spill the beans.
Mitches.
What?
Tell us this story. Tell us your story.
How did you get into the mission?
Well,
Without picking your nose.
anyway.
And what are you going to do with that? Just roll it around a bit.
I'll keep it for later. Yeah, the mission. For those of you who don't know,
Hi Dean, fist bump.
two of the founding members of the mission, Craig Adams and Wayne Hussey, were members of the Sisters of Mercy. So at the time when the kind of goth culture was kind of taken off from it, I mean, it really started from like 1979, didn't it? The goth kind of culture took off. And it seemed to progress through early 80s, through the mid 80s, and it's to a certain extent it's still there, but it's not the same. But yeah, I started to listen to the Sisters of Mercy, and then the First and Last and Always album obviously was the one that Adams and Hussey contributed to. And then there was a massive fallout with Eldritch and all the rest of it, and the Sisterhood was formed. And Mr. Eldritch decided to put the kibosh to the Sisterhood to say that they couldn't use the name. So the mission was then formed in 1986, and I've been a fan ever since.
See, God's Own Medicine I got into, but the stuff after it, I'd sort of lost interest when I was younger, but now I've got older and coming back to it.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same
stuff.
First chapter was a bit it went a little bit kind of askew, but the likes of Grains in the Sand, Card in the Sand, Children, Mask, you know, the albums they're brilliant. I mean, I could sit and listen to them all day long. But I know they're not everybody's cup of tea. I
mean, you mentioned First, Last and Always. For me, the highlight of the Hussey period was Alice. You know, Electric Floor Show, that, you know, the EPs before the albums. Yeah.
Well, let's face it, Sisters was always funny when it came to albums. I mean, I remember as a kid, so like finding, they've just got a 12-inch. Oh, there's an EP. Oh, there's, and then you kept on, because obviously you didn't find out I mean, obviously, we didn't have the internet or anything like that. You just found them out.
Mm-hmm.
Or your mate would say, "Oh, have you got this one?" It's like, I didn't know that existed. I need that in my life.
But wasn't that for me was half the joy?
Yeah. I end up having more bootleg Sisters of Mercy live shows than anything. On cassette, we always coloured paper, photocopied.
Yep. Oh man, the amount of versions of Alice and Marianne I've listened to over the years.
Oh god, yeah, and Temple of Love.
Yeah.
How many versions of that is there?
Yeah, but the 1992 one for me is the definitive one.
Yeah,
you know, the one where you've got the Moroccan style.
Yeah, Hazira Khan or something like that, I think.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Oh, she just adds something to that song.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, sorry, Stevie, we interrupted your mission quest.
That and yeah, for 1986 till current day, I've been keeping the faith.
Good man.
Is it this year that you're going to meet him?
It was supposed to be, but everything obviously was cancelled because of COVID-19. So it's been put back till next year.
So is there going to be sticky trousers when you shake hands with Mr. Hussey?
No, his might be sticky, mine one.
Fuck me, it's Porter. We're getting you that on a t-shirt, mate.
So I'm gonna ask this question for people that have not listened to him. What would you say would be if you was going to introduce somebody new to him? What album would you say you gotta go and listen to that?
Children.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go and listen
Yeah.
to Children. Children or Carved in Sand or Grains of Sand. To 3. Wasteland was a bit God's Own Medicine. First chapter went, as I say, slightly askew. But the 3 albums after that, yeah, go and have a listen.
Is it me, or I always get mixed up? Was it the Cult or the Mission that was the UK in America? Which one was
Mission UK? Yeah.
They did the same thing with the Beat.
Yeah.
And the Choir Boys, because there was already a band over in the States called the Choir Boys. They became the UK Choir Boys, which always pissed me off.
So was you one of these collectors that collected the US version and the UK version? Just because it'll have UK on one of them? See, I would have been one of them.
I was always in it for the music. Forget the print. You know, I wasn't bothered. If it had extra tracks on, yeah, I might have gone for the import. But
oh, I was terrible. I mean, I'm a mega Depeche Mode fan, and I used to collect everything. I mean, everything.
So, I mean, we were talking before we came on, and we sort of said the goth thing was always more for the losers and loners. Would you Stevie Frozen? No, he's back. Fabulous. We were saying that the goth thing was more for the losers and loners.
Do you think?
Yeah, because I mean, it was always. I don't know. Stevie put it best. I think I always found that the people that moved in the goth circles weren't the sheep. They knew what they liked. They went for what they wanted. It wasn't a case of, oh, Erasure's got a new song out and they're fabulous. Yeah, you weren't following the trend.
No,
if anything, you would.
I just couldn't get into boob tubes and rah-rah skirts.
I tried to get into boob tubes many times, mate. I always got slapped. See, Bill says loners may be outsiders.
Yeah, it was a step away from the norm, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was something a bit different.
I always found that and I say losers with the greatest reverence, because I always found that the people that were probably just a little bit socially uncomfortable, there seemed to be a lot more of those moving within the local goth circle. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was the uber confident ones that were walking around with the mirrored shades and the hat and the full Monty. Yeah.
I just wore a lot of black.
Oh, hell.
Hell, I tell you one thing, where I'm working is perfect now. So all I wear is black all the time. Says.
But I must admit that the goth scene it's changed over the years. Obviously, I mean, everything does, everything changes, everything progresses to a certain extent, but I can never remember us being miserable bastards.
No, we weren't what they're called emos. We weren't emos.
No, we were always happy-go-lucky. You still, full of life. No, I've just listened to the new My Chemical Romance album, and it's made me feel awfully sad.
Oh, God, no. If anything, I mean, especially Nephilim and the rest of it, that was some angry fucking music.
Oh, yeah.
Nephilim were, yeah.
Nephilim, that was some angry music.
Yeah.
Sisters was more cool. Damned were just up for a party.
Well, Damned was still more, even though they went in the goth way, they were still a punk band.
Oh, hell yeah. But so was Susie Sue. But I would say Susie Sue was embraced by the goths.
Oh, yeah. Well.
But then you got Bauhaus.
Oh.
There's a band that were up for a laugh.
The Goth Fathers.
Oh,
yeah.
Their cover of Ziggy Stardust is still well up there with me.
If nobody's listened to Bela Lugosi's Dead by Bauhaus, go and listen to it. It's
what a track!
It's the track that put them on the planet. I mean, it really was. It's 1979. It was written and recorded, and
it was brilliant.
I mean, I've saw Bauhaus live a few times. Saw Peter Murphy on his own a few times. But, I could just sit and like that kind of baritone voice he's got. I could just sit and listen to him, even just without actually just watching him, just sit and listen to his singing. It's first class. But don't get me wrong, he's a bloody diva.
Oh, yeah.
The last time I saw him, he was actually supporting the mission. And his guitar tech didn't tune his guitar right, and his guitar got launched from one end of the stage to the other, and he fucking stormed off. Never come back on. He was nearly getting lynched that night in Glasgow.
Well, this is the other thing I wanted to ask you, because obviously you had access to the Barrowlands, didn't you? You must have seen some iconic bands over there.
I didn't because at that time, during the kind of mid to late 80s, is obviously I left school and started work. And the company that I worked for, I was working 7 days a week, and there was times where I just didn't have the time to actually go to gigs all the time, as much as I would love to. I mean, I saw the Cult every time the Cult played in the Barrowlands. I was there. Because here's another little bit of useless information. Ian Asprey went to the same school as I did.
See, Cult was another weird one because they went from goth to rock, didn't they?
Yeah, I kind of lost the way with the Cult after when they brought out the Electric album. I went, no.
See, at that time I was doing a similar transition. So for me it was great because the Sudden Death Cult had become the Cult, had become this sort of rock band. And it was like one of my favourite bands had transitioned with me. So yeah, I used to really enjoy it.
Yeah, we've got an argument going off here. I like The Cure.
I love The Cure.
The Cure's absolutely brilliant.
Jules and I saw them last year. Robert Smith's got some voice. He's still some guitar player. Christ, he needs to stop dressing up. I mean, he needs to realise he's in his 60s. I mean, he still had the back combed up, fucking hair was up to here, although there was more skin in between it. Still had the lipstick on, but he's a big lumpy lad now, and he just looks, I don't know.
He looks
like somebody's nan that's trying too hard.
I mean, the Smith, obviously Bunny brought the Smiths up because the Smiths was Morrissey, but the Smiths, not particularly goth, but as I go back, I'm seeing a lot more in the Smiths than I did at the time. It's not emo by any sense. There's some real
the problem with the Smiths, this is just me personally. He was a good poet, and he should have stayed at being a poet because he couldn't sing. To say for toffee, and no, he was a good poet.
I've still got a soft spot for the Smiths.
I tell you who else couldn't sing.
Go on.
Kurt Brandon.
Yeah?
Theatre of Hate, Spear of Destiny.
Oh, tell me about it. But Liberator, I can forgive him for that.
So, Spear of Destiny at Donny's Leopard.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, I used to... Liberator, that used to just bounce out of my room night after night. There's just something about it.
But he couldn't sing.
Oh, no. But King Kurt.
Oh, God, King Kurt.
Oh, King Kurt. Destination Zululand.
Who wanna.
You try to dance slap me your cliffs out to here.
Yeah.
Oh, the old Psychobilly. Yeah. Oh, God. We're getting away from Goth. We shouldn't get away from
No,
Goth.
we shouldn't get away from Goth. It's Goth night.
Because, I mean, there was so many bands. I mean, again, we were chatting before the show. Red Lorry, Yellow Lorry, Alien Sex Fiend, Cocteau Twins.
Oh, aye.
Cocteau Twins. I used to love the Cocteau Twins.
Blimey, yeah.
Scottish band.
Well, this is it. It's amazing how much of the goth scene, the really good ones, came out of Scotland. And
Don't mention Strawberry Switchblade though.
Oh, I'd still do both of them.
Yeah. But were they really goth? Were they really a goth?
No, they were just the cheeky girls of their day, I think.
I'd still do both of them.
No, I mean, getting back to what you're saying about the likes of the Barrowlands. I mean, I can remember seeing the Cramps in the Barrowlands. Oh wow, what a night that was!
Oh man,
that was absolutely amazing. Seeing Lux and Tyria and Poison Ivy on stage, and you're like that.
See the Cramps? They used to play the Porterhouse a lot. Porterhouse in Retford was brilliant. Tiny little nightclub.
Oh yeah.
Massive bands. Some really huge bands. You know, we'd had Marillion, we'd had AC/DC back in the 70s. You'd got the Bad Manners. Every time they were in the area, they used to play up there. You know,
Def Leppard played there.
Wanabats, Meteors. Yeah. Stop it.
What?
Nothing wrong with the Meteors.
Paul's a knob.
Yeah, fair enough. Another diva. But I mean, Ballum and the Angels, that was a band that we mentioned. What a band they were. And they did that sort of rock transition as well, didn't they?
Yeah. I think they're still on the go.
Really?
Bill Richards has said, we have some stunning bands here in Whitby. Really?
I would always...
He's the goth capital of the
exactly,
UK.
Yeah. It's one of the things I've always wanted to do is the Whitby Goth weekend.
Oh, it's awesome.
Jules and I were supposed to go make an invite to a car show years and years ago. And we thought, do you know what, right, let's go and do it. Would you believe the guy who was running the car show was called Bel Air Lugosi because he drove a Chevy Bel Air, but he called it Bel Air Lugosi. So he invited us down, but we couldn't get a hotel for London.
808 fist bump.
It was absolutely ridiculous. Everywhere. Maybe said, well, what, can we come down even if we book it for next year? No chance. He says we're booked up 5 years in advance for the Whitby Goth weekend. And some of the, as you say, I mean, as Bill said, some of the bands that play over that weekend are unbelievable.
Well, some of the outfits at the Goth weekend at Whitby just have to be seen to be believed.
Yeah.
Well, it's they merge it now with the steampunk as well, so it's honestly, it's amazing.
Well, I mean, I think it kind of kicked off with the Goth, the Whitby Goth weekend. It was where Bram Stoker said Dracula came to the UK, wasn't it? So
Oh yeah.
kind of transgressed from that. So yeah, the steampunk thing as well. It's through that Victorian age, or for the Victorian era, right through, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you're getting that mix and mash of different styles and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I would love to do the
Me personally, I think our era of goth is the steampunk now. I really do, because you can see a lot of people that are more our age that used to be goths that are steampunkers.
Yes, for the simple fact that's going back to what we were speaking about earlier on, because there's more places out there where you can actually buy the clothing these days, whereas back in our day you couldn't.
No.
So I mean, back in the day, were you purely, to go out to the record shop and find the new stuff, or were you like me? I mean, John Peel was my Bible.
Oh yeah, sessions were amazing.
I mean, what about chat? Were you one of those that sort of sat in the bedroom, the black bedroom, listening to John Peel and picking up all these new bands? Because I'm hoping it's frozen.
I mean, John Peel was the only DJ who promoted the other side or different genres of music. There was nothing else out there. Even like you pick up NME, the music, and what was some of the other kind of teenage music magazines, and you'd have a little bit of stuff that in it, but not a great deal.
No.
But John Peel was the biggest advocate for alternative music.
I loved his motto, and his motto was, "My favourite single hasn't been produced yet."
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, go back to talk about John Peel, but then you had the Tube, Channel 4, when the Tube first started broadcasting. Bloody hell, the amount of bands that come on there, and you're like that. Who the hell are these people?
Yeah. First time I
the
saw
Tube was really
on
good for that. And the Tube used to do a lot of unsigned bands as well. A hell of a lot. I mean, I remember seeing the Tube, and that's where I first saw Frankie Goes to Hollywood before they got signed up with Zag Tung Tum.
Yeah.
When there was a little bit more risque than they eventually were. There was a lot more risque.
I don't know what you mean. Well, like L7's infamous appearance on the Tube.
No, they weren't on Tube. That was, whatchamacallit, the Channel 5 one.
No.
You want the Tube?
The one where she dropped her kegs.
Where she dropped all her kegs, it was, In From Manchester was doing it. Oh, I'm trying to think what it was called now. It's not the Tube.
Andy. Was it Andy?
Oh, what was that programme called?
Oh, it was it had the blonde bimbo on, didn't it?
Yeah, The Word. That's it, The Word. Channel 4. Word.
That's interesting. My chat is frozen.
Gaily Bop's in the house. Goggles!
Oh well,
bless you.
I was on the UK Vape show tonight, but it's been cancelled.
Oh, bless.
Is it?
Yeah, Vic's not well.
Oh,
is he still suffering with his tummy?
No, headaches.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sending him a wee message now.
If you're watching, kidder, Huggles.
Yeah, take it easy, Vic.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, my chat is definitely frozen because I'm stuck with you two and the Smiths being shied.
Just refresh it.
I tried it didn't have it, so we're good. I have fixed it.
Yeah, how you have fixed it?
Because that's the sort of guy I am.
Right, are we going to do the giveaway?
Yes, I think we ought to, dear boy.
The SoulOhm bottom drawer. What have we got in SoulOhm's bottom drawer?
Something a bit new. So we've got the PM80.
Woohoo!
Nice vaporether.
Vaporether.
Indeed. In a rather fetching black and red.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
I thought so as well. It's almost like a snake skin.
Can I enter?
Yeah, of course you can.
As you can see, comes with 2 pods, spare 2 coils, spare pod. Yeah.
So we're going to have to pick a word. So what shall we go for?
I think we've got to go for
Goth Night?
Goth related.
I'll go Goth Night.
Go Goth Night.
Right. So
I've got a question for you two boys then. Favourite goth bands or goth band?
Mine's Sisters. Full
Sisters.
Stop.
Most definitely, 100% Sisters.
Early Sisters for me.
Right. So you're pre-86.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Alice, Floor Show, the original Temple of Love. But as I say, the 92 version was...
Saying that, I enjoyed, whatchamacallit, Dr. Jeep and all that lot as well.
Yeah, this Corrosion.
This Floodland was an album I just played to death.
Yeah.
Oh,
absolute to death. Mother Russia. Oh, I
missed
love
the
that.
twang. I missed Hussey's twang on it though. Because First, Last and Always, Marianne, that guitar sound that defined it. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I was also a big Cult fan as well.
Big Cult fan.
Nephilim, I absolutely loved Nephilim.
I liked the Nephilim, to be honest with you, but I thought McCoy and Eldritch's, they were too kind of similar.
Yeah.
But McCoy was more grittier.
And
as you said, more angst, more anger there, I think he had more of passion in his vocals. I mean, yeah. Moonchild, I love Moonchild. I could listen to that day in, day out.
Blue Water for me. That's my favourite Nephilim track.
I like Moonchild.
Yeah, Moonchild's brilliant.
Preacher Man as well.
Yeah.
How many Nephilim fans used to go out before they went out, they put the talcum powder on?
Would you like to show people the giveaway again, please?
I would, darling. Yes. So,
and if you'd like to enter, it's Goth Night.
So you can see, it's a rather fetching red and black. 2 coils, 2 pods, untouched by human lips. Dogs had a quick lick, but hey, don't worry about it. They don't get COVID. So, I mean, I used to love Alien Sex Fiend as well. Acid Bath was one of my favourite albums. But
did that Nick Fiend look like Herman Munster, though?
Oh, God, you're not. Yeah, but he gave hope to all the ugly blokes out there.
Yeah.
Susie Sue.
Oh, God, I had a thing for her. I still do.
Her doing Wheel on Fire on Top of the Pops. At the time, Top of the Pops was so uncool. But then they did Wheel on Fire and it was like, I'm not moving. No.
I thought her version of Dear Prudence was brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of cover versions of Beatles songs, but her Dear Prudence is absolutely brilliant.
It added something to it. It wasn't a cover. It was almost like a homage, but it was Susie Sue version. Yeah. Easy Irish. I mean, Balaam and the Angel, loved them. They were bro. But they felt almost like a guilty secret because they were more rock. Yeah. I always felt they were.
They never. I don't think they get the recognition that they deserved because they were always a support band. They always seemed to be a support band.
They shouldn't have been.
No,
definitely shouldn't have been. I mean, what was the other one? Oh, it's the Almighty. Hold on.
The Almighty.
It's not right. I'm thinking of somebody else, but the Almighty popped into my head. Who was it? Well, sex gang children. You couldn't get away with that one today, could you?
They'd bands like Lords of the New Church.
Oh, but they were the ones with the skull.
Hi,
stuff,
Simon. Fist bump.
Try to think of Killing Joke.
Yeah, the Killing Joke. Yeah.
Bloody in Cambodia.
Jez Coleman's nuts.
Oh, dude.
So,
82.
shall I roll this one?
Yes, please.
Let's get it rolled to win the Vaporesso.
Oh, now there's one for me to check out. Rose of Avalanche. I've never heard of them.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark, cheers, dude. I'm going to enjoy you having a look for them.
Are you going to announce the winner, Steve?
I am. Paulden B has won the giveaway. So, sir, all you need to do is drop an email to Mark at SoulOhm. It's the email that you will see at the top of the screen with your address. You will pass it on to me, and I will get it posted out to you, mate. So, congratulations. And that's a very tidy little pod system you've just won.
Yeah, congratulations, Paul. Bugger.
That is a very tidy little pod system you've just laid your hands on.
They're awesome. These are absolutely brilliant. Love them to pieces.
So, I mean, we've said our favourite goth. Yours is obviously The Mission. Is it the goth thing? Yeah. Now, I've discovered while we were prepping for this show, it's still as relevant today as it was back then. I stick on the Sisters or, Balaam and the Angel or Nephilim, and I'm there. Forget the wrinkles, forget the sags, all the rest of it. I'm back. I'm there. I've got my swagger. Is it the same for you two?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Because, I mean, I must admit, I got back from work yesterday. I was a little miffed, whacked on some Nephilim, and the next thing I know, I'm literally bouncing around the flat.
Oh, yeah, I do that with Sisters. I don't listen to them for ages, and then all of a sudden I get this, I've got to put it on.
I bounce around anyway. It's just because I'm fat.
You're not. You're fluffy.
But I'm in a Depeche Mode. I'm in a Depeche Mode mood at the moment because it's 30th anniversary of the Violator, so I've been listening to Violator and all 12 inches. So that's what I've been listening to.
I must admit, I've been listening to a fair bit of Depeche Mode this week myself, to be perfectly honest. A lot of the stuff that I missed growing up because I kind of came away from that kind of music. To obviously the goth kind of scene, but I'm going back. I mean, I said to you boys before, I'm actually listening to a lot of older music and older bands now that I missed when I was growing up because I was stuck in that one subculture. But it's a subculture I'll always go back to because it's my first love, to be honest. But
see, I've always thought that especially Violator and Songs of Faith and Devotion are a very gothic-y I mean, I know they're an electronic band, they always have been, but I still think them two albums, especially, have leanings towards the gothy kind of feel.
The Clan of Zymox are the same. They're very electronic, but they're still definitely goth. And for anybody that's not heard them, I'm going to stick you a link up because this is another one I've recently discovered. And I really wish I'd found them back in the 80s because they are brilliant. But sorry, Mark, didn't mean to.
And Orion's been violated by a 12-inch.
Really?
Yeah, he's just mentioned it on chat.
Did it have pictures on?
Master Biker Simon, I was playing Pinky and Perky records from my childhood I found in the loft this week. Simon, you haven't been growing tomato plants, have you? Oh, it's the hand of Jan.
It's the hand of Jan. Ooh. There, you're on.
Oh, fabulous!
That's it.
That you braved it. We'll have you on bitches next.
Well, I didn't want Bill knitting fog.
Everyone's saying hello to you,
Hi.
Jade. You don't have to hide now. They've seen you now.
No.
Love you, sweetheart.
Love you too.
Oh man,
That was a special show tonight.
that is to see the whole of Jan, not just the hand of Jan.
Gaily Pops says they're going to sign you up.
Are they?
Yeah.
Hey, I'd do well on bitches.
Yeah, you probably would, yeah.
I don't like how you said that.
Oh, that's nice from Irish. Mark did
I'm
well for
watching-
himself, punching way above his weight.
I'm watching Bucket List, and that was on my bucket list
Oh, there you
to
go.
make an appearance.
There you go.
Well, I think you've got 3 votes from the bitches, Jan.
You got 3 votes from the bitches.
Oh, thank you.
Just be prepared for shaving questions.
Yeah. Oh, bless.
Oh. See now, I know Irish brought it up as a insult, shall we say? But 9 Inch Nails.
Oh, 9 Inch Nails. Love 9 Inch Nails.
Now, would you put them in the goth category?
Yes, I would.
Ooh, now this is interesting.
Why?
I would say they were more industrial.
Yeah, they have got an industrial feel to them.
I wouldn't say Trent Reznor's has got. Don't get me wrong, he has worked with a hell of a lot of goth-based bands. He's
Yeah,
produced
but yeah,
himself.
it is. I would agree with you. It's industrial, but it is leaning that way into it.
But it's not. It's not. It's not the goth I grew up with. You know, it's. I don't know.
Oh,
I
bunny.
don't get me. I can listen to them, but that's. They're not. I must admit, they're not my go-to. To be honest with you. But I can't take it away from Trent Reznor. What he does and the way he produces some of his music is unbelievable. But no, me personally, I wouldn't call them goth.
See now, Bill agrees with you, industrial with gothic leanings. I've never been one for sort of all the subcategories. I've never been one for that. Goth for me it's a style, yeah. But I've never gone for, same with the thrash metal and all the rest of it, because you had black metal and death metal and, forget it. It was thrash for me. But, the 9 Inch Nails, there's some real, it's almost poetry to his lyrics and stuff.
Oh God, yeah.
And what Johnny Cash did with Her, Jesus Christ, he turned it from a drug anthem into one of the most heartrending songs I've ever listened to. Especially more poignant because his wife had died before he released that.
Yeah.
But and that's a weird one. I never realised Trent Reznor was Johnny Cash's son-in-law.
I didn't know that now.
Yeah. Trent Reznor married Johnny Cash's daughter.
Well, there you go.
That's how he got to do Her. So, see, we learn something new every day. Oh, Gary Newman has re-recorded several albums in goth styling. I bet they're good.
Yeah, he's always had that leaning.
Guess who his best mate is?
Pud Puffs.
Hussy.
Really?
Really? Now, Gary Newman is also well up there on the autistic spectrum.
Gary Newman is. I think I said that. Did I say the last show? Gary Newman's touring this year, doing drive-in gigs.
Oh, brilliant!
There's a few bands doing it this year.
His last album, last year it came out, or year before, I can't remember, was really good.
Isn't goth an offshoot of punk?
Yes, it is.
It is, yes.
But it's more. Punk's whole thing was to be as repulsive as possible.
Yeah. It's punk without the anarchy.
With added cool.
Yeah, but punk was also back to basics as well. It was simple music.
Oh God, yeah.
And
So was early goth stuff. I mean, it was the how can I put it? It was the rebirth of guitar bands.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And it was. I think I found that was one of the things that drew me to goth. These were guys that could play the damn instrument, you know, and they had a style, a sound, you know.
I always thought goth music was more so like they got rid of the wheat from the chaff from the punk era. It was the best way of explaining it.
Yeah.
Oh, you lost the garage bands. You definitely
Yeah, but there
lost
was I mean, let's face it, even in the punk era, there was some shit.
Yeah.
There was some absolute shit. And then there was some really good bands that came out of the punk era. And then you had the punk era that split off, literally, and it literally did split off. You ended up, like I said, like you had the New Romantics, which also incurs sort of like your Human League with the electronic side of it. That's where it sort of like bends with Nine Inch Nails. Then you had the goth side of it, which more leaned towards more rockier stuff. Would I be right in saying that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Goth rock was how it was sort of sold, wasn't it? But I mean, the Damned made that transition from punk through to goth.
Oh yeah, they did it perfectly. They did,
and then they went from goth to pop.
What a band live!
Oh yeah,
They're unbelievable live. I mean, Captain Sensible doesn't get the. What a guitar player that guy is!
You'd never think so listening to Happy Talk.
Ducky, ducky, happy duck.
I mean, the B-52s, they were always more punk for me.
Yeah, B-52 is a punk.
But then it became very commercialized in the 80s.
They did. Rock Lobster.
Oh.
And Love Shack. God.
Rome.
Slightly too young for... You're never too young for punk, Mark. I've got my little one listening to Exploited and all sorts.
But then, I mean, you're on about punk. You've got things like Talking Heads.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Psycho Killer is one of my favourite songs. Love that. And then you had New Order, Joy Division.
Yeah.
And New Order.
The Joy Division, I mean, Jesus. I'd put Joy Division firmly in the goth. That sort of, you know.
And again, couldn't sing for toffee, but what a poet.
I love his voice. Love Will Tear Us Apart. You know, that's just, I love that song. And it gets so much emotion into it, even though it may not be carrying the tune as you would sort of state, but
at least there isn't no artificial autocorrection. That's all you ever hear nowadays.
No, but it was just raw music.
Yeah. And you got the feel of what was hitting the paper at the time, what he was feeling, what he was, you know. I mean, Marianne. That's
Marianne.
A haunting song. You were saying there's loads of versions of that, though, Stevie, didn't you?
There is, yeah. There's a lot of different versions of that.
Take care, Ryan.
Later, Alan.
Hussey did his own version of it. He also did a piano version of it as well, just with him playing the piano. And it's so different because obviously Eldritch has got that deep baritone voice, really, really bassy, whereas Hussey doesn't. And it's the same song, but sung by two different people, and it sounds like a totally different song altogether.
I've really got to find a copy of that. Oh, thank you, Stevie. I would have never have known about that unless I talked to you. I never knew that. Wayne Hussey did some great work with All About Eve.
Yeah.
See, All About Eve for me was always Martha's Harbour.
It was
That put me well.
Julianne Reagan was the backing vocalist on the first. Was it first 3 albums? Listen to Severina, and it's Julianne Reagan who does the vocals on that. And oh god, it's just the hairs in the back of your neck just stand up. What a voice she's got.
Oh, I can't argue that. All About Eve just left me cold. But I think that's because Martha's Harbour got played and What Kind of Fool got played to death.
Oh, of course it did, yeah.
And it was almost.
I'll never forget when they were on top at Popstar and she's just sat there while it's playing.
Reno, how you doing?
Hi, Reno.
Reno, fist bump.
Yeah, I mean it's there's the mission. I've got a new it's a young lady called Evie Vine, who has toured with him, who also does a lot of the backing vocals on the album tracks. She's got a beautiful voice as well. Check her out too, Evie Vine.
Now, Echo and the Bunnymen, because for me, they were still goth.
Yeah, they were like a cross between punk and goth as well.
I
love Seven Seas.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Seven Seas, Killing Moon. Yeah.
But they made that transition into the sort of mainstream, didn't they? Mm-hmm. But songs to sing and learn, that still raises the hair, what's left of it on the back of my neck. It's strange because I don't know whether it's the music these days or whether it's the memories it's invoking. Now, with the Nephilim, it's the music.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Because by the time I got round to the Nephilim and all the rest of it, I was either stoned or pissed. So I don't remember much of it. Oh, nice one, Reno. Cheers. Take a look at the Clan of Zymox song. It's awesome. And it's some of their latest stuff. They're still making music. So it's not the stuff from 86. This is stuff from a couple of years ago.
Right.
And what a song. What a song. Having just done it, he gets the emotion of a failing marriage to a T. Honest to God. The video is brilliant as well. So, yeah, it's well worth checking out. Goth music seems to be coming back into fashion. I hope not. That was the whole thing. We never were in fashion.
No, we were never in fashion. No. See, modern, or should we? I don't even class it as goth music anymore. That emo, Chemical Brothers,
Marilyn Manson and My Chem now.
See, to me, that's pop punk. It's some 41 territory.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't mind Marilyn Manson. But I wouldn't class him as a goth band.
No.
I tell you what, though, his version of Sweet Dreams.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack.
His version of Blooming Personal Jesus is really good as well.
But he's another bugger that can't sing.
True. But
he's got an on-stage presence.
Well, he did have until he started piling on all the pounds. But
has he piled all weight on now, has he?
Yeah, he's just got a bigger on-stage presence.
Oh, bless. We just said Emo Chemical Brothers. No, we didn't say Emo Chemical Brothers.
No, I think I did. Chemical Romance, I meant.
Maybe you get back on the chemicals, I think.
Oh, don't. I wouldn't survive till next week. Yeah, I mean, the nice thing I find about goth is, especially with the sisters, I can stick something on, not think about it, and all of us, yes, all right, Toe Bro. But you put it on, and all of a sudden the kids, their ears prick up. And then it's, what's that, Dad? Dad, that's cool. I like that, Dad. You know, I mean, it's like the first time I played Anthrax, my daughter went into apoplexy. You know, she loved it. I'm trying to think which one it was. It was either What's the Time or I Am the Man. And I Am the Man's sort of thrash rap.
See, I was never an Anthrax fan. Just couldn't get on with him.
Oh man, Indians. Just loved that track.
The same with Megadeth. Couldn't get on with Megadeth either.
Nah, I wasn't a Megadeth fan, I must admit.
Peace Sells Who's Buying was probably the only album of theirs that I sort of listened to. But yeah, Phase of Mansion, Slipknot, and things that couldn't out.
Moonspell. Has any of you guys heard of them?
I've heard of the band before, but I don't think I've actually listened to any of their stuff, to be honest.
This is great. I'm gonna have to watch the replay and get all these bands written down because I've got loads to listen to. My neighbours are gonna hate me. But I mean, Rasmus, they would at one point. There was a lot of the new goth sensation from was it Norway? No.
They were a bunch of skater boys.
Yeah, with funny hairdos.
Before they discovered black. I took my young niece to see them when they released that song. Don't get me wrong, they were alright, but they appealed to kids. More so because it was more the skater scene, I think. Because I think that's originally where they originally started from. But they certainly were in the goth, to be honest.
Andy, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Megadeth's were Metallica's Chuck Out.
Wait, what?
Well, Mustaine was a tit. Excuse me.
Well, another diva, wasn't he?
Yeah. One of the best things since sliced bread. No, you're not.
Napalm Death.
You're a ginger.
Never got into Napalm Death. I must have.
No, I never got into them.
Always sounded like a small dog being hit by a lawnmower to me.
I mean, one of the could you class him in the same league as Peter Murphy? Possibly. Nick Cave. The birthday party. I'm not talking about Nick Cave and the Bad Seed. Listen to the birthday party. These band from 78, 77, 78.
Yeah.
Out of Australia, obviously. Really good. It's like name. I mean, there's names coming out in my head. Lydia Lunch, bloody hell.
God. Where are you getting all this from?
It's all coming back to me, son. It's all coming back.
Just living all in grand.
All in grand.
Luxury. No, I mean, Gordon Bennett.
I can't remember that band.
Stop it.
You said it.
I really wish these days there was somebody who would take on the mantle of Peel. Not rip it off, but provide that outlet for the more alternative bands. Because at the minute, we're drowning in dance music.
There's no dance music. It's
X Factor. My name's Sharon.
All you have to do is this auto-tuning that really winds me up, and you can... Once upon a time, they used to try and hide it. Now, it's part of the mainstream music. You can... The auto-correction, you can hear it.
Yeah.
And they're quite proud that it's there. Oh, bit of Cradle of Filth. God, I haven't listened to them in yonks.
Oh, Danny Deep, no.
Never got in.
I didn't mind a couple of their albums, but yeah, I wasn't a mega fan.
I mean, Rammstein, I just love them. if you know, They are on my bucket list to see before I leave this planet.
I would highly recommend it.
Nymphamphetamine.
Yeah, oh, cradle. Jules loves Rammstein.
Are we waiting for the scream?
No, I don't, you twat. I fucking hate them. Yeah, Rammstein, what a gig that was.
Nightwish, I do like Nightwish. They're a nice little band.
I listen to Six Music at work. It plays tunes that other stations won't. No, Bruce, 100% Radio X as well. That's another one. They tend to play more of the sort of alternative stuff and rockier and punky.
I seem to listen to Planet Rock.
Way too much classic rock on there for me.
Yeah, he's getting that way at the present moment. I'm fed up listening to Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, between Planet Rock and Absolute Rock, it's, I mean, although they turn around and say, there's no repeats between 9 and 5. No, you just repeat the songs 7 days a week.
Mm.
Well, this is it. I mean, I would absolutely love a goth radio station. You know, punk, goth, whatever.
Mm.
Unfortunately, the thing with that is they've tried to launch a couple of rock radio stations up in Scotland, and it never took off because pop's too commercialised. So they couldn't get the backing from businesses, to take out the advertising to keep the radio stations going. So they folded, which was unfortunate because they did play some fantastic music. And it wasn't just your classic stuff. It was bands that you'd never heard of before. It was bands that were unsigned. It was great, but as I say, they kind of died a death because they just weren't getting the funds in to keep the radio station going, which was unfortunate.
I'm just thinking another one that's just popped into my head, Ghost Dance. I've not heard them in years. They were one that a friend put me onto, Raven, bless him. Well, his name was Robert, but he would only answer to Raven. He must have got through a can of hairspray a day. The amount of backcombing on that boy's hair was just epic.
Oh, I like Within Temptation as well.
Mm.
And Luke and Coil.
Yeah, they're doing a double header with. Oh fuck! Who did Amy Lee?
Bring me back to Shit, what's the band called?
Evanescence.
That's it.
Evanescence.
Yeah, the voice from the background was shouting upstairs.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, they're. I said Evanescence. You called me a twat again. Yeah, Evanescence and Within Temptation are doing a double header next year.
Are they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
It's cancelled from this year. I'm looking forward to that as well. So I've seen Within Temptation a couple of times. Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say is wow. Sharon has got some voice.
This is what I miss when I listen to we're forced to listen to the radio at work, and you're listening to all this poppy trash, and some of it's catchy, don't get me wrong.
Cheers, Mike.
I'm developing a soft spot for Little Mix, but not for the music. But
I think that's more you're suffering with a hard spot, not a soft spot. Sure.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
That's what she said.
Musical Viagra.
Oh, it is. Well, I wouldn't say it's musical, it's just Viagra, but...
Good one there from Tetley. Old School Placebo. They were a bit gothy, and they weren't they? Right at the beginning.
Right,
bit punk, bit
he was a strange character, was he not?
Good stuff, though. Nancy Boy and all the rest of it.
Yeah. They were a bit punky, they were a bit gothy, they were a bit...
Yeah.
But
They were a bit everything, to be honest.
Jane's Addiction,
Yeah.
they, you know, they were the same sort of feel to them. And I'd probably go with Suede.
Yeah, he was a bit weird, no.
Well, when he's McCormick Butler, it was very much soul, but Suede had the same sort of feel as Placebo for me. I mean, whether you agree or not, you know, that's the joy of this sort of show, because we don't have to agree.
Oh, yes. Totally. Yeah.
Steve's looking very stern.
I know, he's looking really stern now.
No,
Well, we're coming up to that hour, kiddos.
Oh, that's gone so quick.
I know, it has gone very, very quick.
We didn't even get any vapey stuff in. I had news and everything. Well, we hope we've taken you back down memory lane.
And if it's a new memory lane, go and check out some of these bands, and I guarantee you'll like some of the stuff, because it's not your everyday kind of music. But look at us, I mean, 30 years down the line, and we're still listening to these bands.
Oh
God, yeah.
Thoroughly enjoying every minute. Yeah, I mean, like I say, Sisters is just a time machine for me.
It just brings back so much memories, that does.
Gailey's saying don't go.
I know, but Mark needs to eat.
I'm all right for another half an hour. If you guys are all right for another half an hour.
I'm good.
Would you like us to say, press X1 if you'd like us to say, X2 if you want us to go?
Steve's got a bottle of cock.
I've got a bottle of cock.
Oh, we've got an X1, two X1s,
Oh,
three
bless
X1s.
you.
Okay, looks like we're staying on for a little bit longer. Right. What bands would you love to have saw live but haven't?
The Cure.
Yeah, Cure.
Done that.
The one that the biggest concert I wished I'd gone to and missed was when Depeche Mode was doing their Songs of Faith and Devotion, and Sisters were supporting them.
Oh,
And I missed that one.
that's awful.
But just to let you know about that one though, I did go and see Depeche Mode on their Songs of Faith and Devotion tour with my wonderful wife. Half the band that had been on, I can't remember what name it was, this band had been on, we all decided we was going to go to the little boys' room and Jan going to the little girls' room. As I was in the little boys' room, Jan had come out, and have a guess who she bumped into?
Go on.
Stephen Hawkins.
Yeah?
Yeah, Stephen Hawkins was at a Depeche Mode concert.
Hold on. You'd have tripped over Stephen Hawkins. You wouldn't have bumped into it.
I didn't even want to go there. I wasn't even going that bloody low. Did she let his tyres down?
See, I was just going, that's BFG's orgasm noise, something I'd hope to go for the rest of my life without hearing. Bless. And true. Prodigy. Oh, not Goth, but God, yes, I'd love to see them live.
Yeah, I used to like the Prodigy.
Around the Fat of the Land, I really wish I'd seen them on that tour.
Yeah.
I was never a fan, to be honest.
See, I don't mind that industrial electronic music, like Nine Inch Nails and that.
No,
kind of
neither
people.
did I must admit, but I just wasn't a fan of the Prodigy. I don't know why. It just wasn't for me, to be honest.
If we're going further back, I would have loved to have seen the Sex Pistols.
What, just to say that you were there?
No, just for the energy of it. You know, admittedly, I'd have been covered in sputum, but
I would have loved to have seen Susie and the Banshees when the first was going.
God, Susie. Oh.
Stranglers. I've never seen the Stranglers live. I'd love to see the Stranglers original lineup. Unfortunately, you'll never see that. So
Yeah.
Well, Dave Greenfield passed away, didn't he? A couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
blimey, I didn't know.
Yeah.
So if we're going to expand that, what bands would you have liked to see in any genre?
Oh, I'd go with Bill Richards, Linkin Park.
Mm.
Seen him 3 times.
Oh, you lucky sod.
I think mine would be, obviously, I can't go back. I'd love to have seen the Beatles live. I would have loved to have seen the original Pink Floyd. I've seen Dave Gilmour's Pink Floyd, but I've not seen the original Pink Floyd.
Sid Barrett's.
No, I'm on about Pink Floyd with Roger Waters.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
We're not going back as far as Barrett then. Queen.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen Queen.
To be honest, if we're talking concerts, I would love to have been at Live Aid.
Yeah.
You know, just I watched it on the telly.
Mm.
Yeah, it was great, but I would have loved to have been there. My wife and my stepdaughter were. Sorry, no, they were at the Freddie Mercury tribute. That was another one I wish I'd gone to as well. Sorry, Steve, I cut you.
I tell you that. Talking about the Freddie Mercury tribute, that's when my mind changed about George Michael.
Mm.
When he did that, We Are the Champions, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was so impressed with his vocals. It was so like, wow, that bloke can actually sing. Because I was used to his wham.
Take me up.
Yeah.
Stevie, that suited you.
I even get the wiggle on.
Oh, Tobro. Awesome. I've seen Roger Waters on his own. I went to see him when he was doing the World Tour. Saw him at Manchester. That was absolutely fantastic, that.
Bill was at Live Aid.
Bloody hell. And Rush.
Yeah,
and it was Somebody to Love. That's it. Sorry, Andy.
a band I would have loved to have seen before the plane crash was Skinner.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Ronnie. Mind it, there's that many Van Zants come out of the woodwork since.
Yeah.
Saying that, I'd like to have seen the Allman Brothers as well.
Yeah.
Before the accident.
See you later, Leviathan. Yeah.
Fist
See
bump.
you later, Levi. Cheers, matey.
So, Stevie, you were going to say before I rudely cut you off.
No, that's what I was going to say. The Skinner. I'd love to see the original Skinner lineup.
I'd love to have seen Hawkwind when Lemmy was with them.
My mate, he's seen him. He's a big Hawkwind fan. Mega Hawkwind.
I'd love to have seen Motorhead as well.
And he's a big fan of Pixies as well.
Oh, now there's a band. Where Is My Mind is one of my... That's permanently on in the car.
Another band I'd love to have gone and seen is Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have gone to a proper Dead concert.
Jerry Garcia.
And the Ramones.
Yeah?
I'd love to have seen the Ramones.
Totally the same kind of line as Ramones. I would have loved to have seen the original lineup with the Misfits. McLean Danzig, although he's another bugger who can't sing.
Bill's just put Motorhead made for a few lost weeks.
Yeah, I've seen you guys a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? I mean, one of the loudest concerts I was ever at was Motorhead in the Barrowlands, where Lemmy told the sound guy fucking volume in his bass up about 4 times. I couldn't hear for a week. I'd been at this for a week.
Sorry, Shane, what did you say?
It was a
Saying that, I went to see Metallica when they was doing the Reloaded tour. Saw them at Sheffield. I was deaf for about a week. That was one fantastic show, that.
Great fun, though, isn't it? I mean, I must admit, it is great fun. It's not when you get to that later on in life, you think, I can't hear worth a shit. No bloody wonder.
The worst concert I ever went to was Iron Maiden. And it wasn't Iron Maiden's fault. It was... I was in a band called Lost for Words, and we were going through a bit of a... We weren't getting on kind of vibe, and we all decided, right, let's do a lads' night out. Yeah, all right. Iron Maiden's playing at Sheffield. Shall we all go and see an Iron Maiden? He said, yeah, brilliant. So we left it to the bassist to go and get tickets because he lived near Allen.
Yeah.
So he got the tickets and we all got to gig and that lot. And he says, hope you don't mind, we're in Mosh Pit.
Oh, shit.
I thought, okay, fair enough. I'm game for that. But no, it wasn't the first Mosh Pit, was it? It was the second Mosh Pit, which is behind the console. So I am, as you all know, 5'5". I saw bugger all of the show. The only bit I saw of the whole of Iron Maiden was where Bruce Dickinson starts running over at top when he's doing Trooper.
Yeah.
The only other bit that I saw of the Iron Maiden gig was when they actually brought out to Eddie full-size statue, and I saw Eddie, and that was it. The rest of it was blokes' bums, leather jackets, a few ladies' bums, and that's all I saw.
Whatever floats your boat, mate.
Yeah.
Now, Bruce,
I would have been happy with the ladies' bottoms.
The ladies' bottoms were fine, but
Bruce Young's just thrown a cracker in. He would have loved to have seen Black Flag live.
ooh,
Too right. Now there's an angry man.
mm.
There is an angry man. And MI5? Not MI5. MC5.
MC5, yeah. Now I would have liked to seen them.
Oh,
If you're talking MC5, 13th floor elevator.
Mm.
Oh yes. And then Stooges.
Oh, Stoogie.
yeah.
Don't. See, we seem to have dived into the punk again.
I seen Iggy in the Stooges, oh God, 15, 20 years ago.
Mm.
Oh,
Is that in Glasgow?
Raging. Now there's a name for a band. Raging Speed.
Raging Speedhorn.
I'd have lived that throughout my 20s.
Now he's just got a dose of the horn.
Oh no, trust me. Free. Now there's a band you don't hear much about these days. I mean, you know, you do on Planet Rock, obviously.
Yeah, you do on Planet Rock.
But that's about it.
Yeah, well, didn't he?
Paul Rogers did his own thing, yeah, eventually, didn't he? I mean, it's.
He was with Queen for a bit and all, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
Paul Rock, God. Hold on, what's Gailey going wow at? I'm worried now. What we done?
No, that's Gailey doing an impression of Kate Bush. Wow, wow, wow.
See, Kate Bush, I would have loved to have seen her first gig.
Yeah,
I
her
would love to have
first
seen
gig.
Bush. Pardon?
Were you thinking Babushka then? Because I was. Paul Rogers did a brilliant job with Queen. And he managed to, again, same as Susie did with her cover of Dear Prudence. It was Paul Rogers, but it was Paul Rogers and it was singing the song as you sort of recognised it, you know. What do you make of Adam Lambert with Queen?
See, I'm sorry, but I'm a bit of a Queen snob, to be honest with you. After Freddie, nothing will compare. I'm sorry.
He camps it. Can't fault him for the camp.
Yeah, but does it need camping?
No. I don't think it does.
Really, I mean, I wished, me personally, I wished that Queen, I mean, obviously, Queen is only Roger and Brian now. I wish they'd have gone off and done something else. Renamed themselves Smile again. And carried on doing something else with, obviously, the songs. But instead of, no, they kept the Queen thing going. And I just think that they're bleeding it dry, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's me personally. I mean, there's Freddie Mercury, and you will never be able to replace Freddie Mercury. He was a one-off.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of bands out there who, you know, that they've lost their front man or things like that, and they have replaced the front man, and they have had success.
Mm.
I mean, look at AC/DC.
Well, yeah,
For one,
Marillion as well.
Yeah.
yeah. But as you say, there is only one Freddie Mercury, and you can't.
You
Queen. Freddie Mercury is Queen. End of.
Mm.
As far as I'm concerned. I mean, I saw a little clip. I think it was yesterday. Of that Adam Lambert and Brian May was singing his praises, and then he came on wearing his studied kind of biker's jacket with these big fuck off.
Mm.
I thought he was wearing, what do you call it, that fucking thing of reality, bloody goggles. I thought that's what he was wearing. I mean, no, you're not. You're trying too hard.
Mm.
But no, Queen was always Freddie, and vice versa.
So, Mike's just mentioned Mudvayne, and that, for some reason, brought Mudhoney to mind. Where did you two stand on grunge?
On what, sorry?
Grunge. Yeah, your Nirvanas, your Mudhoney, Puddle of Mud.
I like Nirvana. Nirvana was very punky.
Mm.
Especially if you listen to like Bleach.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was very punky, very back to basics, very garagey band. So yeah.
But were you a big fan of the sort of the genre?
No, not really, no.
Me neither.
No.
Yeah, I was. I really liked it, but I think
see a lot of these things. I mean, we put them in boxes, and you can't. Oh, this is grunge. This is no. I would say that Nirvana were more of a punk band.
But I mean, they for me were like Puddle of Mud. Realistically, a one-hit wonder. Yeah, fair enough, but She Fucking Hates Me is such a wonderful track.
I mean, would you class L7 as part of the Nirvana stuff?
I just said punk. L7.
Yeah.
100%.
But they were in that same... Nirvana was really in that originally. Were in that same genre, weren't they? It was only when Nevermind came out that obviously they had some more suitable, should we say, radio hits.
Yeah, and I think In Utero and Bleach did great to take them back to where they were. Because for me, like, Nevermind was like Back in Black. You know, Back in Black with AC/DC. That was probably the most, what's the word, saleable album they'd done in a hell of a long time.
Because let's face it, you've got to remember that this was towards the end of the 80s where everyone just got sick and tired of all the hair bands.
Yeah, but I like their hair band.
Yeah, I know, we're not arguing that, but what I'm saying is that they took over from the hair bands. So you had people like them, you had the Chili Peppers and all that lot. They was coming out...
Lisbeth's just giving a list of some of the classics: Stone Temple Pilots, Temple of the Dogs, Savage Garden, Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam, I mean, God almighty. That's still an album now that I can listen to 10.
Yeah.
And boom, I'm gone. You ain't getting a word out of me till that album's done.
Yeah. I mean, Pearl Jam were brilliant.
Touch Me, I'm Sick. What a track that was.
Faith No More. Yeah.
See, Angel Dust. I was more of an Epic.
Yeah, I liked Epic.
Bigger fan of Epic. Thank you, Irish. He's just noticed my name. So all he's got to say is, what was it? Nevermore hair on my head. Thank you, Irish. Geet. See, Faith No More, another band I'd have loved to have seen live.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen them live.
Yeah, you got from out of nowhere on down at Blazes in Middlesbrough, and that dance floor was packed.
Just want to give a fist bump to Shane there.
Oh. Oh, bless you, dude.
The Glock chain. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the other good thing about Blazes in Middlesbrough was they used to play Woodpeckers from Mars, it was never released as a single off the album, but it's just got so much energy to it. Always reminds me of the Whirling Dervishes, you see from Morocco.
Yeah.
And you just want to start throwing yourself around to it. Absolutely. Apparently Mike Patton's other band, Mr. Bunglewood. For God's sakes, the idiots are out. I'd have loved to have seen Luke Kelly or Ronnie Drew live with the Dubliners. No, fair point. But I mean, Mr. Bungle, I've not caught them. It's another band I'm going to have to check out. Thank you, chat. I'm going to be busy for months here.
So, Stevie, after you merged out of your gothy, what did you merge into after your goth? Did you merge into kind of like us? We merged into more rocky bands?
Yeah, I made that kind of transition, to be honest. Just for the simple fact that the pop charts, the popular music was shit. I've always liked guitar bands. And the only way to go, the transgression, the next step was start to move into more rock. And then it became a lot heavier stuff. I mean, Mike Collins put in there his favourite bands, Amon and Math. And it was starting to listen to stuff like that, getting into the really, really heavy death metal, black metal, that kind of stuff. And then I'm actually coming back out of that phase again. I'm starting to get back to more classic rock. I mean, don't get me wrong, my goth stuff's always been there in the background. That will never leave me. But I've started to go back there. I've started to listen to a lot more classic rock.
See, as a little kid, I got really into my electronic music first. So I was listening to Kraftwerk and people like that, obviously Depeche Mode, Yazoo, all them lot. And then obviously would be Depeche Mode. Then I started listening to Cure. Then I went into this goth era. And then from there, I started going backwards to the rock metal. So obviously Guns N' Roses, things like that. Then I got back into things like Metallica. And then from there, it was Opeth. But I've always had that split with me where I've still liked me electronic music.
Yeah.
I'm on about pure, from the industrial side of it to not quite pop, but that side of the electronic part of it. But I've still got me hard rock metal stuff as well.
Yeah.
And I do go through them big phases where I can go from literally listening to Opeth, and then I'll be listening to, I don't know, New Order, or I'll be listening to, like I am doing at the moment, Depeche Mode. So yeah, I can split off that way. And yes, I like Erasure as well. I like the first two albums, Wonderland and Circus. They are my two favourite albums they did. Innocence, I liked, but after that, then they did the, what was it called now? One with Blue Savannah on it. Is it Wonderland? I started falling out of phase with Erasure then.
See, Shane's just thrown one of my favourite bands into the mix as well, the Levelers.
Oh, I like the Levelers.
There's just some, for me, the Levelers and the Pogues.
See, I'm more a Levelers fan than the Pogues.
I love the Pogues. I do love the Pogues.
And Irish, I absolutely love ELO. And Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
There's something about ELO that's just so comforting.
I've always said ELO is what the Beatles would have been if they'd have stayed together in the 70s.
Mr. Blue Sky is just one of those songs that just puts a smile face.
Does, doesn't it?
I've seen it. It's gone back. It's listening to classic rock. It's taking that step back in time to listen to classic rock.
Leveling the Land, that is a classic. And Dog Train.
Dog Train.
Love that album. But, I mean, The one off, well, it's off the Levelers, the first album. I think it's the first album, Julie. First time I heard that song, it's one of the few songs that's actually moved me to tears by the end of it. It just grabbed hold of me ticker and sort of squeezed. By the end of it, I was so engrossed in this woman's story. And I know it's about drug use and all the rest of it, but wow, what a song. What a song.
And there's like Elizabeth put up, she was Richie Sakamoto, maybe he did, was it with David Sylvian, wasn't it? Was it Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence? Was that right? Was that that was a movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, with David Bowie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Japan. I think someone mentioned earlier on Japan. I would have loved to have seen them back in the day. There was a lot of electronic bands. I mean, when I first started getting music, I think I was 11, 12 years of age, and it started out, it was ska, it was Madness, the Selector, Specials, that kind of stuff. Then obviously the kind of new romantic stuff came in. It was Adam and the Ants and, Duran Duran and things like that. And I thought, you know what, this is great music. I love listening to this. I mean, one of my guilty pleasures is listening to Ultravox.
Oh, Ultravox are brilliant.
Ultravox and Visage. I mean, Steve Strange. It's...
Oh, wow, yeah.
I mean, I can still listen to that this day because I don't think it ages.
No, it don't.
Ultravox, the collection's in my car, and the voice still puts...
the voice is brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, Blackstone Cherry now.
Yeah, they're a good band.
Met them.
Sorry, Bill. I knew I got it wrong. Levelers was the third album. Weapon Call, the word was the first. Sorry, Bill.
Do you know somebody who I'd have loved to have seen? Thomas Dolby.
Really?
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen Thomas Dolby live.
Hyperactive was one of the songs that sticks in my head from when I was growing up. And she blinded me with science as well.
Cloudburst. Was it Cloudbursting? Oh, God, what was the name of it?
Cloudbursting was Kate Bush.
No, it was a song he did, Cloudbursting something street. I can't remember the name of the song, but there's just something about him.
He was a weird bugger.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, another guilty pleasure. I would have loved to have seen Howard Jones when he first came out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually listening to him last week before. Because I'm blaming Zan. Because we had an Alexa, an Echo Dot and stuff, and Jules says, we need to get another one, right? Okay, so we've got another one for the bedroom. So Jules is downstairs, I'm upstairs, I'm painting, decorating in here, and I'm in the other room, or I'm in the other bedroom, whatever. So I'm going through all these. Alexa, play 80s bands, play some 80s music, and what pops up? Howard Jones, Japan, bands like that, bands that I haven't heard for 3 decades. And I'm actually stopping what I'm doing, and I'm listening and I'm singing along. And it just brings back a lot of good memories, It's like reliving your childhood through music.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Oh, Nick Kershaw, The Riddle. I hadn't heard that in years, and it came on, and I was like, whoa, here we go. I mean, he's still about, isn't he, Nick Kershaw?
Yeah. It was ironic, though, because all that kind of music was up to about 1984. Then after 84, it just went pants. You watch Top of the Pops. You know how they do these on a Friday night. You watch Top of the Pops from 1979 up to 84. There was something interesting going off in charts. Then as soon as 85 hit, it just seemed to go downhill. And we seem to have this... We've kind of seen from 85 onwards, when Stockaker and Waterman started, we haven't stopped doing Stockaker and Waterman tracks.
You're not kidding. I mean, there's the odd nugget of gold.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
of course there is.
Britpop for me was the nugget.
Mm.
That whole period, you got Oasis, you got Sleeper, you know.
It never did anything for me. The so-called Britpop. I don't know.
I
couldn't get into it.
I appreciated it. I didn't get into it. I can't stand Oasis.
I wouldn't say I got as heavily into it as I did the goth and the punk, but it was just such a refreshing change.
Shane, you're not kidding. Bring back the old grey whistle test.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh God, and the Manics. See, Manics. The early stuff I enjoyed, and then it just seemed to get very, send out the tiger. By the time you get to send out the tigers, it had lost it. I think they sort of peaked with.
We're still live if you was
This is my truth.
You can wave again. I'm sure they don't mind.
No, once is enough.
Go on,
No,
come
you
sit
can never
along.
get
You
it.
can wave again, Jan.
Come and sit next to me.
Grab a pew.
Yeah.
It's the start of the
We're
slippery
finishing
slope.
in about 10 minutes.
Get a chair.
Everyone.
That means I move.
We've seen the bum of Jan.
Bum of Jan!
Oh no! This is why I don't do this. Oh my god.
Hello, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bum of Jan.
Net Reality said 666 Sputnik. Remember them? I can remember the night they nearly got lynched in Glasgow.
Oh, they were ace, they were.
Oh, they were weirdos.
Oh, yeah.
The weird thing is, Zig Zig Sputnik, the guy who was the lead singer of that, was a massive friend of Boy George, and they all moved within the same circles during the New Romantic phase. So he sort of hit his peak almost a decade after Boy George did.
Wasn't the bassist out as Easy Sputnik ended up in Sisters, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name now. Tony.
Didn't have the pink pineapple though.
No, what was his name? Tony. Tony Summer.
Yeah.
Oh, Shane, I'd go with you on that. The Mannix cover of Suicide is Painless is awesome.
Tony James.
Yes.
Ah, there we are.
Talking about James, Wendy James.
Oh,
Transvision
no.
Vamp. Sorry, love.
Tell them the name that you've got for her.
It's Tony and Wendy, get your knickers down, James.
Oh, there's a track that puts a smile on your face. I don't care. Well, no, that's not the name of the track, is it? It's Baby I Don't Care.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh. Just the way she says you don't have to say you love me. I don't. Get him off. Oh.
What?
Want to see the postcards from you? Man?
Safe word.
That's Irish. You can say hello to Irish.
Hi.
I say. Wendy James, God.
We're talking
Now,
about bands.
I know.
So I'll ask you the question. Right. Out of all the bands in the whole wide world, which band would you have liked to have seen live?
Oh. Pink Floyd.
Which era? Sid Barrett or
Oh no.
the Gilmore and Roger Waters era? Yeah. I know you'd like to see Queen.
Oh yeah.
Big Queen fan.
Big Queen fan.
Anybody else?
Obviously the Beatles, but
We've seen Paul McCartney.
yeah. I know it's not a band, but I would have loved to have seen Kate Bush prior to Red Shoes.
We are compatible, aren't we?
Yeah.
I think I've said all them already.
Sisters of Mercy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Cure. There you go. I'm off on one
maybe
now.
back in the day you would not like to see them now because they are crap. They are absolutely shocking live.
Really?
Yeah. Because when they released the Slight Case of Overbombing, right after that album was released, and especially
Oops. Sorry.
the Eldritch had a fallout with his record company or the producers or something, and then it said they would never release another album. So they went on tour, but they don't keep the same guitarist. It's session guitarist he uses, and the sound is absolutely shocking. It's not the same band. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's many bands out there that when you listen to a recorded album, you think they're absolutely amazing, and then when you see them live, you say to yourself, they're absolutely crap, and vice versa. But the last time I've seen Sisters 3 times, and the last twice I wish to God I hadn't went because they were absolutely shocking.
So it's literally vinyl only.
Yeah.
It's the same because they was such a good band. But obviously with him always falling out with record companies.
Yeah.
And I think that's why there was more 12 inches or EPs than anything else.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to put a link into chat if it will take it. Zan, the legend that he is, has just sent me a link for a free live concert, which is the Better Noise Music Festival, a benefit for the Global Recovery Initiatives Foundation. But listen to some of these bands: Motley Crue, Five Finger Death Punch, AWOL Nation. It's live in 87 minutes, so I'll stick that up. Zan, thank you so much, mate. Oh, come on, take it.
That's what she said.
Oh, it's not going to have it. Hold on. I will get the link for that and post it. So if you give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, you're not wrong there, Bill. It was.
I've heard the rumours.
Yeah, as I said to you boys before, read Wayne Hussey's autobiography, the first part, then you're like, no way it was as bad as you're saying it was. Oh, it was worse. It was absolutely worse. Well, here the Mission are releasing a version of Tower of Strength, and so much of the proceeds are going to charity towards the NHS. It should be released, I think it's the end of this month or beginning of next month. There is a load of guest artists appearing on it. Gary Newman, Kevin Haskins, the lads from Gene Loves Jezebel, Evie Vine, there's loads and loads and loads appearing on it, guest artists. So yeah, we'll be buying that, and obviously the money's going to a good cause.
Oh, that's good then.
Support our NHS. They've helped us through this pandemic. So
we're still going through it.
The Better Noise Music Festival link is now up in chat. So if you're interested, go and check it out.
Five Finger Death Punch. Love them.
Oh yeah, I would love to see Five Finger Death Punch live.
Oh, too right. That song, Wrong Side of Heaven.
Yeah. I think that's one that when they come to Glasgow, I think Zan and I are going to see that, aren't we, mate?
They're not going to see my bum again, even if it is Zan.
Zan, thank you so much for sending that link. And if you two are going to see Five Finger Death Punch, I might have to drive up. When they come, I need to take Zan, or there will be a divorce.
Oh, bless you.
I mean, this is one thing I've noticed about our chat. We all seem to have a fairly similar taste in tunes.
We do.
There's something that we all seem to sort of link through to. Because, I mean, obviously the 80s stuff, we're doing Tales from the Ohm and the rest of it. But the goth night, I was amazed how many people were like posting on Facebook. They were really looking forward to us discussing the goth stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, it's fab. So we've not just got the vaping, we've got the music, we've got the films. You know, it's just lovely. It's like having your own little family.
I was trying to remember that shop that we used to go to at Nottingham. Can you remember what it was called? You know, on...
The alternative.
yeah, that alternative shop.
The Juice, it was the Glad Rags.
Weren't Serendipity?
No. I can't think of what... It was on Goosegate.
Yeah, I know. But there was two. There was one that was really gothic, and then there was the one with the...
Oh, that was more of a hippie shop.
Yeah.
I'm on about the real goth shop.
Yeah,
Yeah. Where you got your corsets from?
It's all right. Gailey's just put 5 Finger Death Punch, Glasgow gig, then a pub crawl. Who's in?
People don't need to know what we buy from there. I'd rather you said I bought that purple bottle of nail varnish or something.
Well, you bought that now.
It could have been worse. There's other shops.
Oh no. Do you remember the guy that worked there who, when I went to try it on, he said, if you need some melt lace in it, just let me know. I thought, yeah.
He was a bit girly. He was a bit girly.
He would have probably suited it, actually.
Yeah, he was a bit girly, wasn't he?
Mm.
Well, you're getting support for the corsets.
Yeah. Jan used to dress up really gothic, didn't you, at one point? At one point, we used to have a four-poster bed in the other room. Hmm?
With purple curtains.
Hmm?
I need a corset now, but it's just so I get my bloody trousers fastened with my belly in.
Bill says he's worn a few over the years.
There you go. Well, he's allowed. He's from Whitby.
Well, yeah.
Vapor Bunny says she doesn't have enough boobage to warrant wearing a corset. There's always enough boobage to warrant wearing a corset, Bunny. I'd love a corset, but they don't make the boobage area big enough.
Well, we've got two contrasting here with Bunny and Gail there, haven't we?
Did you notice Jules was remaining silent with that one, though?
Leave me alone. I'm in a happy place, all right? It's when they offer to help you try on the Easy Irish.
Easy Irish.
50 Shades springs to mind. Gaily, you can get them made to measure. Nice. Hey. Mind, I mean, I've just got visions of Nell Gwynn in my head now. You know, like the BBC costume dramas where they had the Nell Gwynn one, and she was a very buxom lady in that corset. Stop it.
Gaily, Jules.
You're yawning.
I've worked hard today.
Have you? Yeah. You've worked hard today.
Mm.
You always work hard.
Allowed to yawn.
Right, here we go, Mark.
So there you go. What do you think?
What? Who's that?
Steve.
No.
Steve, you've got to do the baby.
I saw the baby of the week. Oh.
That's freaky, isn't it?
No, that's right. Oh. Should you be
My personal
having him on
favourite,
your
just
channel?
for Tom, bro.
Oh, you love this one.
He's got too much time in his hands.
Oh, don't. I have. Somewhere, Bunny is laughing. Oh, blimey, I need to get this turned off. There we are. No, that's enough.
Yeah, the baby's just too creepy. It is
The
just.
baby's not creepy.
Oh, it is. Well, it's not
I
as
like
creepy
the
as the
baby.
girl.
Had a corset once, but it broke down too much. Oh, that was a Corsa. Sorry. Howard. Bless you, buddy.
Oh, bless. I'm
what
Osh.
you
This book.
like.
Oh,
Right,
dear.
are we going to wrap this one up because it's 20 to 10 and
Yeah. And I've got it. I know.
you need drugs and food, no doubt.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I need drugs and food as well.
I sod the food. Well,
Right.
thank you.
Are you going to let Betty say his Taras first?
Indeed.
Go on, Betty.
Guys, thanks for joining us again, and you two there. This has been a non-vape show. But what a show! I mean, the memories, the music, as Steve says, the amount of bands that's been getting mentioned in that chat, I'll be going through that as well, and I'll be writing some of them down, and I'll be checking them out too. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for joining us on what turned out to be, as I say, not a vape show this evening, but yeah, a great show nonetheless. Thanks very much for joining us. Mark?
Steve?
Jan?
New balls, please. Jan, you have apparently the bitches will be in touch. Winky, winky.
I know
Chat.
naffle about they've been.
No, but you know all the dirt about Mark.
Well, this is true. This is true. Yeah.
Now we're intrigued.
That would be a show, I say. Chat, thank you so much. Like Stevie said, I will be scrolling back through this chat and getting some of these bands up because there's some in there that I've never heard of. And I'm
Cheers,
so
mate.
looking forward to it. It's just absolutely great. I've loved tonight because there's not been vapey stuff. It's been a real trip down memory lane. And thank you so much for taking me there because I love going down there. You know, I'm going to hand it over to Mark because I'm getting a bit choked, to be honest. So.
Oh, Betty, Steve, thank you so much. What a corking show. I've really enjoyed it. Again, unfortunately, there'll be no tales this Sunday because I am at work. So what we're planning on doing is doing some more of these reminiscing with us three. So if you've got any ideas or things that you'd like us to talk about from our past, things like that, slap them in the Facebook group. If there's any subjects you'd like us to talk about, because it's nice to break away. Yeah, we are a vape show. There's no getting away from that. But it's nice to talk about other things than just vaping and drama and vaping. So, yeah. So, and I would like to say thank you. Kiss to my wonderful wife.
Lovely having Jan.
Yeah, I'm so chuffed. Guys in chat, thank you so much. Guys, Spanners, thank you so much for looking after chat. And from Betty, Stevie, and myself, and my wonderful wife, Jan. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'd be worried, Mark, because Gailey's just put "Oh, I Feel Mischief" coming up. I'm worried.
It's time for me to go back into the coffin, I think.
A lovely quote there from Net. Thanks, guys. I still believe in God, but God no longer believes in me.
Oh, then that guitar line just starts, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And